Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is a review for something. I don't know what yet because I'm making one opening review for all 6 or 18,000 reviews I have today. The title is what this is, or it might be on your screen right here. But again, it's a review, okay? If you have not done so already, please come over to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird, dun 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 dun, and all that goodness and stuff. If you hear music, it's very possible upstairs neighbor being an asshole right now. We're gonna let him be because I don't care that much, but you know what I'm saying, it ain't me, it's him. Do not forget to also like this video, comment in the comment section, share the video and everything. Let's get to breathing it on now, because I need to breathe it on now because I can hear his music right now. Y'all ready? Inhale, exhale. Okay. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay. And remember to relax, to relate, to release, okay, and to center yourself and anyone around you or above you, okay? You can also follow me on IG on Twitter at J_Lees_Corner. Okay, let's get started on something. So we have all the ladies back from dinner. You know, Ashley was not told at the table that her husband was supposedly, allegedly caught cheating again. Okay, so we ain't have to worry about Candace and Giselle being messy hoes like they usually. Go on, someone on, Siri. Anyway, so, you know, Candace and Giselle has both decided to wait and talk to Athie privately, separately, back at the house or whatnot. But we see Monica's wondering why they keep trying to have a private conversation. Like, what's going on? I'm trying to have a bonfire outside. They on the inside of the house trying to chit-chat now. So we then see, you know, Athie comes down and Monique eventually goes outside. Now Monique was looking like, what is they doing? Do I think they could have easily said, look, we need to talk to Athie privately, and that's why we'll be out there in 1 second. Could they have said that? Yes. Did they say it? No. Did it matter? Not too much. But I mean, if you're in my house and I wonder things, I can wonder things or whatnot. So in the house, you know, she's like, you know, look, a friend of a friend texted Candace, and they said your husband was all up with some tramp up in the strip club or whatever. So they say what happened or whatnot. How he was saying he had a wife, he had a boyfriend, he was trying to get a hotel room, whatever. All these things that was said via text. Candace then gives her the phone, like, unless her see the text messages or whatever. And they say, you know, we wanted to talk to you privately because Candace wanted to be in a good space with you, did not want to bring any BS to the situation or whatever. And so Ash, like, you know, I'm shocked. You know, but you know, because we fine right now, so okay, I'm going to address this with my husband, you know, when we get back to the house or whatever, you know, because I, you know, didn't think it was an issue. And so Ken, like, you know, well, Candace then asked, like, do y'all ever, like, you ask them, like, indirect questions about things? She's like, well, yeah, I ask him questions. I check his phone. I read text. I can read his email. I will even sniff his underwear. Okay, it's everything going on around. I'm like, girl, look, at that point, why is you married? If you have to go through all of that, why be, you don't trust him? If you have to, I would never sniff no man underwear. Okay, she brings up how the reason for that was because, excuse me, when she was pregnant, he came home one time, smelled like perfume. Okay, and she was upset, very, very upset. He said, you know, I went to a strip club. I will admit, I went to the strip club, whatever, and some girl was all on me dancing and whatnot, and so her perfume, you know, rubbed off on me. I mean, at least she said she smelled cologne or perfume or whatever. But anyway, you know, she said, so because of that reason, you know, he agreed to stop going to strip clubs while she was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? They had that agreement or whatever, and she was very, very pissed off. So again, him going to a strip club and supposedly being surrounded by several strippers and all these things, she's shocked to hear. Okay, now Giselle and Candace was like, you know what I'm saying, look, We want to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, we wasn't going to tell the rest of the group. That's why we had you in a private conversation and whatnot. Now, Candace then say she don't even seem that shocked. Like, maybe that's just what they do. I feel like Ashley and Michael have some type of agreement to where as long as I ain't doing it in your face, it don't matter. She married an older white man who might like some other things, and she ain't tripping about it. We shouldn't be tripping about it. That's their marriage. Let it be what it's gonna be. If he is consistently been accused of cheating and she ain't divorced his ass, don't keep bringing it up, because again, when you keep bringing it up, you seem messy, because clearly she don't care. But again, in this aspect, Giselle and Candace did the proper thing and had a separate conversation with her, and we let that be or whatever. So they had that convo to go outside to the bonfire or whatever. Giselle then said she has to leave, so she had a little book thing going on and whatnot. And then everyone starts kind of going sad. Now, we know Monique is not happy that the three of them was missing MIA from her bonfire, s'more, bonding experience or whatever. Boom, boom, boom. So we do see after, everybody kind of go to bed or whatever, we see Karen, Wendy, Candace, and Monique sitting up at night, smoking some CBD stuff or whatnot, and drinking some shots. I mean, like shots after shots after shots or whatnot. And so Karen is clearly either high or drunk. I'm going to say drunk. I'm going to say pretty drunk or whatever, because she starts this talking about how, I love Ray or whatever, but saying sometimes you have situations within your marriage or whatnot, and I had to use some of my money to help Ray during his tax situation or whatever. I'm like, oh, spilling the beans. Okay. She also brings up, I could have left him at that point in time, but I love my husband, so I stayed married to Ray. I mean, it's the whole up and down thing that happened in marriage. Sometimes your husband, who was being rich your whole marriage or whatever, had a little setback. You have some money, you put your money with his money, boom, y'all good. Okay. Leave Uncle Ray alone or whatever. Now, drunk Karen then kind of shifts the conversation to Candace and Monique. Well, how y'all doing, Candace and Monique? What's going on with y'all? Yeah, we're not gonna have that conversation. Monique was not even trying to go there. And I agree, we should not have a conversation about me and Candace when we all been drinking. It's not going to lead to anything pretty. Okay. Now, we do see the husband start to arrive. Now, Juan ain't coming because he has a basketball game or whatever. Michael not coming because, I don't think he liked nobody on the show. You know what I'm saying? We know that Jamal ain't coming because now Giselle gone, but even if Giselle was there, I don't feel like Jamal would come. Jamal is like a figment of Giselle's imagination. We know he exists somewhere over there, but we won't really see him at all this season and whatnot. Now, Chris is there like, oh, how things going? White, black Chris, not white Chris. And Monique say things is going fine and whatnot. So we then see all the ladies get together, you know what I'm saying, outside, sitting around chit-chatting, you know what I'm saying? And no, they was in the kitchen, chit-chatting. And they bring up how, Giselle has left because she has like some book event or something in New York. And so Karen then bring up, Giselle been having several, sidebar situations and conversations or whatever. It's kind of crazy or whatnot. Monique then say, yep, like last night. I'm looking like, God damn it, Karen. Why did you just not say anything? Okay. Monique then brings up last night, Giselle was trying to have this separate conversation in the house while she was trying to be outside with everyone at the bonfire making s'mores, okay? She brings up how, Alice did not like that. She was complaining. Do I think Monique was doing too much? Abso-fucking-lutely. But again, Monique is kind of like me sometimes. Monique issue was, I had something planned for us to do. Okay, and y'all then take the point yourself to go do something separately. It don't matter if it's for an hour or two, whatever. I would prefer if y'all follow my plans or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm that way because if we going to do something and this is the plan to go do it, but you then try to do other things, it would aggravate the fuck out of me. So I get that in that aspect. But at the end of the day, when she's like, I don't need to know what y'all was talking about, but we was all trying to bond or whatever, and I feel like y'all could have just said, what I'm saying, we trying to have a private conversation about something versus not saying nothing and just staying in the house. So Ashley's like, look, the reason was Candace, friend of a friend or whatever, gave her some information about my husband, and so they want to tell me in private. And when Ashley said that, Monique should have left it alone. She should have 100% said, okay, I get that, it's fine. But she didn't do that. She still felt like, I get that, and I don't need to know the details of the conversation, but I still feel like someone could have said, you know what I'm saying, hey, we know you playing this, but we have to do this real quick. Again, at this point in time, Monique nitpicking because Monique is frustrated with Candace. She's very frustrated, and she's probably frustrated with Candace and other things too. But because of that, she's just upset about this little thing and whatnot, okay? And so when she heard what it was, she's like, oh my God, this is the same thing that happened last year. Like, why would y'all not leave people's marriages alone? Okay, we have already been down this road before. It did not end well. Leave it be, okay? And Monique bring up like everybody should just stop, okay? We all hear things, but we don't have to bring it up. And the real thing is, as she then brought up her confession, you know, Candace had Sharice around, and she knew Sharice was all saying bullshit about my marriage. So Candace is consistently having people around her telling her things or saying things about other people's marriages. So I get why she's frustrated, but at the same time, your anger is misplaced. You're really mad at Sharice and Candace, but you're mad at them both for separate reasons, but you're not really mad at them talking real quick in the corner and whatnot. It's not. And I do think I agree with her when she says people need to stay out of other people's marriages. Leave it be. If you hear something, it don't mean shit. And you know, Robin in her confessional was like, you know, well, Monique don't want people to gossip because she don't want people gossiping about her marriage. I'm like, Robin, look, Juan just recently started giving you love and affection. Don't you come up here acting as if, oh, you know what I'm saying, it was a time when you didn't want anyone talking about him cheating on you and how he didn't love your ass and how he basically dogged you seasons 1 and season 2. So don't come acting as if Monique wanting people to not comment and spread rumors about her marriage is so far-fetched. You didn't want anyone saying how Juan didn't want your ass. You didn't want anyone discussing that. So don't make it seem as if Monique wanting privacy and no one gossiping and lying allegedly about her marriage, that's just a crazy thing to want. I can see if Robin's issue was she know Chris cheating and she don't want that coming up. Okay, but you can't make it seem as if she don't want people spreading lies allegedly about her. Robin, shut the fuck up. Okay, girl, bye. Giselle and Candace both did a good thing by making it be a private conversation. Robin, shut up. Anyway, so we then see the men is inside chit-chatting or whatever. We see the ladies is outside chit-chatting or whatever. And Karen brings up how great it was sitting around a bonfire or whatever. And how she wanted to get a fire pit at her house one moment and one time. One she owns, one not rents one. Okay. And Monique then said, you know, I know, right? Because I was like, God damn it. Why does Karen keep bringing those shit to bring it back to this goddamn argument or whatnot? So Monique, again, that's why I was adamant about us hanging out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just want the same respect we give each other when we go on trips and someone has an event planned. Okay, that's all I want. But again, Monique keep harping on it when it's not a big deal. And at this point, you know the reason for the separate conversation or whatever. At this point in time, Monique and Candace then start kind of fussing back and forth about it. Now, Candace did say sorry. I don't remember for what exactly. I think it was, you know, my apologies for, you know, not saying the reason we, you know, walked away or whatever. It was something to that effect. But she attempted to say, I'm sorry. But at this point, Monique is just kind of pissed. And she's already on one. And she's already mad. And so Karen can see the shit. I'm not doing this. I've seen it before. I'm leaving. She gets up and walks away. And then, you know, Monique again feels like y'all could have gave me heads up. And Candace like no one was giving a heads up because it wasn't anyone else's business what we were talking about. So they both have a point, but because they at each other's throats and they both don't like each other right now, it's being a bigger issue than what it really was. So Candace surprisingly gets to, you know what, I'm not fussing about this, I'm walking away. And she, like an adult, got up to walk away because it wasn't that serious. Okay, she got up and she left. At this point in time, she's gone, Karen's gone, and it's just Monique, Wendy, and Robin, okay? And Wendy said, Monique, I think, did you know that she said sorry? Like I'm saying, she apologized. But I feel, she's like, but it's your delivery. I'm looking like, for Wendy to say it's your delivery, I'm looking like, well, it was. She brings up how your delivery to Candace it was a bit much. So I said the same thing in the kitchen. She's like, nah, the way you said it in the kitchen to Ashley and when she was in there is different than how you and Candace is talking, whatever. I'm saying it's just different. Now, Robin then said something that, it feels like you want to control everything. You just mad because of that reason. And Monique is like not trying to hear either of them. And she kind of laughs it off and gets up and then she walks away. Wendy said, and I completely agree, it's the fact that Candace and Monique have these underlying issues that have not been addressed, that they're having this debacle. I feel like both Monique and Candace have a point, except the way that Monique is going about it is what's wrong. Monique is frustrated. You can tell that she's frustrated and she feels like she's right and they're wrong, but she's just mad right now. She can't see it ain't that serious. It's not. But Wendy's right by saying it's because they have beef and they won't really address it. You have two women who at this point in time don't like one another and they haven't talked about that. So any little thing that involves either of them, they both take it to the extreme. I feel like they both do that. Not this Monique, not this Candace, them both. This is Monique's taking it to the edge of her doing too much for not a lot. You know what I'm saying? Girl, this is kind of crazy. So we do see a couple different things. We see Giselle is in New York, and whatever literary award she's up for, she wins. I don't know how, because it was a book about her husband cheating. I didn't read the book. The book may have been great, but I feel like Giselle's fashions, it just doesn't warrant her being a good writer. I didn't care, but congrats to her for having a book that won a literary award. Okay, boom, pow, pow. We then see the men at the house chit-chatting or whatever, and Black Chris, brings up to White Chris and to Eddie, who was Wendy's husband, that Monique wants him to get snipped. Okay, she don't want no more children. I feel like that could be the reason why she don't like having sex with him as much, because she don't want to get pregnant again. And I think she's over having babies or whatever. And so she wants him to get snipped. And then Eddie, who was Wendy's husband, said, I thought about it too, whatever. It was what they said and how they said it. He said, if you get snipped, you do know that you can still nut. They said these words on, yes, if you get snipped, you can still nut. Not you can still have an orgasm. Not you can still ejaculate. No, you can still nut if you get. I'm like, these men here. I just can't. And Chris then say, oh, so will my eyes still jerk and will my toes still? I'm like, sometimes this is why we don't like the men to talk on television. But Black Chris then says how, what I'll do it as long as my wife will give me all the sex I want after the fact. I think she may if she know that she won't get pregnant. Okay. Anyway, we do see Candace in her room. She's upset and she's packing. Because look, I am tired of Monique. I am over Monique. I'm saying I don't want to be at her house no more. I am done. Okay. And she's packing up her stuff to leave. But she said, but my Chris and her Chris, because both her husband's name is Chris, are friends. And it's not fair to my husband, Chris, to have us have to leave early based on the women bullshit. So I'm going to be around here, you know what I'm saying, let him have fun with the Chris or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess so. So we then see Black Chris has all the guys, White Chris, Eddie, Ray, because Ray's there. They go out to the car and they bring in like a birthday cake, some balloons, a gift, because it's Monique's 36th birthday or whatever. And so they all sing happy birthday to you. Candace didn't sing this time. Okay, she did not want to sing happy birthday. She was upstairs looking like, oh, it's someone's birthday? Oh, I guess so. So the guys and the girls or whatever sitting around, and White Chris, like, oh, where's my wife? Where's Candace? Oh, Monique then say to him, well, we had a little fight, so she may be upstairs packing and leave or whatever. No, I'm right here. And I'm like, but you was upstairs packing. Okay, don't act like you wasn't or whatever. But I digress. So they all sit down and eat some cake or whatever. So, congratulate and happy birthday up Monique and everything. And then we find out information about Wendy and her husband Eddie, how they dated for like a year or two. They've been married for 8 years. But they moms don't like each other. So much so that his parents, so Lisa's mom, did not come to their wedding, and he has not really spoke to his mom since before their wedding, and his mom has not met their grandchildren. And I'm like, well, damn, that's a lot going on. And he brought up how his mom or his parents tried to convince their friends to not go to the wedding, mainly just solely because their mothers can't get along. Their mothers got into a girl. It's a lot. Anyway, so we see both white and black Chris, seeing how they have both dealt with difficult mothers and or mother-in-laws, with white Chris having to deal with Candace's mom, who's batshit crazy, and then black Chris's mom being an asshole to Monique. They've had to overcome issues with their mothers and their spouses or whatever. And Wendy brings up how, because her husband Eddie says, he would be willing to see if he and his mom can get on a better place or whatever. But Wendy then said, like, well, for me, I can't forgive his mom because she hurt my husband. And when he was hurt, I had to dry his tears. So I could not see myself forgiving her. And I like how Karen said, it was Karen, I think maybe Chris too, who said, like, if you get a chance to make things better, you should do that. You know what I'm saying? Because you need to honor thy mother and thy father. Thy days will be long. And I agree with that 100%. At the same time, I can respect you from afar. From over there. Okay, yeah, it is. Anyway, we then see how they play a little game of, imitation. Okay, I'm going to imitate my wife, is what they play or whatever. We see Ray imitate Karen, who always wants her tea. Bring me some tea, Ray. Right about now. Okay, we see that. We then see Eddie imitating Wendy, who wants his help picking between two outfits, but she's upset when he don't pick what she want him to pick. That's how we are sometimes. That's why I don't ask my man what I should wear. I put it on and say how I look. He said, good. I say, thank you. Anyway, we then see Black Chris, who imitates Monique. He gets down on his knees, and he has a big champagne bottle. And he basically imitates her, like, about to give him head. And I guess his thing was, oh, my dick is... Everyone was shocked, broke out laughing. This was the response to it. It was shock, horror, hilarity to it, but still like, what the fuck did he, when they realized what he did, okay? And I'm like, that's just, look, when you are around true friends, that joke is fine, I feel like I'm saying. However, girl, that was just not the thing to do. I didn't find it disrespectful. I also did not find it appropriate, but I also didn't. It was just weird based on all the other imitations the husbands did. His was just like, why was yours sexual? Because all Chris cared about is getting his dick sucked and getting and nutting. I guess is what it is or whatever. We do see White Chris does Candace, and his was funny because, like, I am Miss United States. That is me. He then walks away and flicks a switch and comes back cussing for the. I said, oh yeah, because when you flick a switch, she cussing and fussing. It was cute. Black Chris was the one who stood out with his rendition of my wife be on her knees sucking my dick. I'm looking like we did not need that visual, okay? And so we then see everyone starts to leave one by one. Of course, Ashley's ready to get home to have a face-to-face with her husband about him cheating or whatever. We do see, because we seen Robin leaving, we seen Karen leaving or whatever, and Monique was on the couch, her and Chris chit-chat. Now, Monique kept saying, I'm so tired. She kept yawning. She was laying there, being tired or whatever. And at one point when Chris was talking, and he seen her, like, yawn, like, you're not listening. Like, you can't yawn, but I'm talking. And if she tired, she can. The fuck? Anyway, so we see she was sleeping beforehand. So when Candace was leaving, she come down and Monique is on the couch and she seems to be asleep, or at least she's sitting there with her eyes closed. Okay, when Candace walked up, she was already laying on the couch with her eyes closed, and she just didn't move. She just stayed asleep. And I'm not gonna wake her up. You know what I'm saying? But okay, Chris, all right. And she gives like Chris a hug or whatever. And when she walks past Monique, thank you for having me, and she waved and motioned as if I know you woke. And I feel like that was Monique's way to just not address Candace. And I feel like I don't see anything wrong with that. Like, we not vibing right now. And I don't want to have the fakeness of it all. So I'm going to lay here and be asleep. I will talk to you later, okay? And that was it. It is. So we then see 24 hours later, Ashley's home now, ragging around with the baby, whatnot. She called him like on the phone. And I'm like, what is this post? I thought they had a whole sit-down conversation. We did not see that, to my knowledge. She brings up how her and Michael talked, and he did to her how he was at the strip club, and how there was a lady who was all over him, very touchy-feely or whatever, and he knew he was wrong, and so she was pissed off. So he slept in another room. They both slept in different rooms that night, and so I guess they started calling him, checking in, because again, they slept in separate rooms or whatever. And so, how are things going? And we then see the headlines, Michael caught in the hotel room with someone. We see a photo of him, and it's a picture of him from the back or whatever. He's just at by the table, and he's in a hotel room in his boxer. So someone took a photo of him in his boxers in the hotel room. Who took the photo? We know it wasn't Ashley. Okay, that's one thing. We then see a video of him like at a casino, like at the blackjack table or whatever, and it's a woman that's sitting next to him talking. And so again, but these things happened months ago. So yeah, this is not anything like currently new, even though it's always new stuff. But again, I feel like they have an open-ish marriage, and she don't care. It's just he's getting sloppy with it. And that's that bullshit. Anyway, that was the whole episode. Okay, thanks for tuning in. I gotta go.